So I'm going to start covering chapter 4, orthographic projections in AutoCAD. So in this chapter, we'll learn the necessary tools to draw orthographic projections in AutoCAD. AutoCAD using layers to help organize lines, type, and weight. So line types and line weight gives you valuable information to the print reader. As you can see, we can see here where these line types indicate that these are hidden. This indicates that this is a cutting plane. These indicate these are visible lines and these are sectional lines, other known as hatches. And then we have these lines to indicate these are our center lines, also a line of symmetry. AutoCAD enables you to create different line types and use the print using different line weights. This is accomplished through the layers, the use of layers. Layers are like transparencies laid one on top of each other or other. Each layer contains its own line type. The line color control the print line thickness. So let's use layers to organize this drawing. So we have on top is our dimension layer. We have our center layer. We have our hidden line, and we have our visible lines. The layer panels. This is the layer property panel. This is the layer. Select the current layer that's being selected, or this shows you the current layer that's being selected or being used. If you click on the menu on this icon right here, it lets you choose from whichever layer you want to switch to. This is a new filter, this is the icon for a new layer, deletes a layer, sets this layer as current, and this check mark will let you know which layer is current right now, and which is this table will let you know which layers are available. This is a color, basically define what color the layer is assigned to. The line tab, the line tab is assigned to, then our line weight, and we can freeze it from printing or lock it from being changed, or we can turn it off, on and off with this light bulb. The LTS command controls the size. The dashes represent spaces between dashes and dots. The example right here, we have LTE scan, LTE type scale to 1. This is how more or less would represent. And if we have 0.5, we'll have more dashes. If we have 0.25, we'll get more dashes. Depending on what the drawing size and where we're going to print it, I always tell students to wait until we're ready to print to modify the LT scale. Properties of individual objects may be changing by selecting the object and then selecting the property icon in the view tab, palette tools, or right-clicking on the object and selecting properties. The property panel, this is one of the property panels needed to be changed. Your first action should be use the layers property. This creates much more organization on your drawing. Selecting object color is used to control the print thickness of the object, and accessing the page setup window to assign the thickness of different colors. So you would go to the plot styles, select edit the pen thickness, and you can select, let's say if you're just going to print black and white, monochrome counting, it will be more just controlling one color. This example could be black. Let's say if you want to change the monochrome to a different color, you can do that, where you would click on it, edit, choose the color you want to do. You can change the line thickness right here. Creating orthographic projections in AutoCAD. The commands use block. Blocks allows you to create groups of objects that can be used to repeatedly in current drawings. W block, this command allows you to write a block to a file. This allows you to use blocks in all drawings and not just the current one. Basically, when you use the command blocks, let's show you a little demonstration. So basically, it will turn whatever lines you want to into a, you put W blocks, you'll be able to turn in whatever you're drawing into a block. So let's say I do this and I call this, use the command W block. It's gonna ask me for, I'm gonna put this as test block. It'll be saved in my document, and my documents, it's telling me right here, it's gonna tell me the inches. And if I type the word block, I can go ahead and look for the block that I had. So if I open a new file, let's say this one, and I bring in, I want to bring a block. I put block, I put test block. So I already defined the block. So using the command block, I can select what I want as a block, and using the right block is right in the block. So if I do go, if you see my documents, I have this block. And if I open this in AutoCAD, my block is here. And if I have this, I can just copy it and paste into whatever file that I need. And it'll save me time from recreating drawings or symbols that I already have, and building or having a library of what symbols that you constantly use or built on top of what you normally would be using, instead of just going and download all the symbols. Is a better way of managing things that you're constantly using, and saves you time from recreating or redrawing every single block. And then you can size them up and down as you need them, depending on what is it you're going to be drawing, or you need them to be sized. And so we bring in AutoCAD again. And if I type in insert, and it brought in my blocks. And let's say you want to break this up. Like I mentioned before, the command explode would break up and separate the block into individual parts. This is no longer a block, but now it's all the individual parts that we drew in order to create this. Model space and layout space. Model space is what's inside, it's drawn one-to-one. This is right here, since we're in this tab, this is what we'll consider as model space. Once we go to layout space, this is the model space that's scaled to fit on your paper, usually 8.5 by 11 or whatever you're printing by. And it's labeled right here as layout. And if you want to go into model space and you're in layout mode, you can double click inside the viewport, and you're technically in model space. When you want to get out of model space, you click on model space and you go back to paper space or layout space. Model space has one view direction. Layout paper space can have multiple views directions through the use of viewports. A viewport is a rectangular window that views objects from separate lines of sight. Viewports are mostly useful when working with 3D models, and you can create several viewports that view the 3D model from several different vantage points. And the way you type in viewports to add a new viewport. So if I want to add a new viewport, I would type viewports. With an S, make sure. There's two. We'll split my screen vertically, split it horizontally. Two vertical, one horizontal, or the other way around. One above and then two in the bottom. Two in the top and one in the bottom. 3 vertical, 3 horizontal, or 4 equal split locations. And we can go to realistic. So there's many options of you can create. You can also create one single action or single, and then we can just add more. So if you want all 6 views, you can go ahead and, you know, maybe put 4 or and then draw another 2. So model space, annotations, dimension, text may be included on a 2D drawing and one 3D view drawing. So when if you draw this firstly, 2D, you can add all the dimensions and then put one of the viewports as your 2D view, either depending if it's a top view or front view of the model, and then you can put in another viewport showing where it's actually 3D. Notation of a layout paper space may be included in any viewport. Notations, model space notations will not be scaled automatically. So this is why I tell students when they're ready to print and they have finished everything printing, that's when you start doing your LTS, your scaling, on your dimensioning or fixing or adjusting your dimension styles so you can be able to be, is what you want at the end towards if you do it before. This the scaling and the adjusting dimensions fittings is, I recommend to leave it towards the end when you're ready to print, so you know what the size is coming out. Because if you're just one thing and then wait till the very back, you're constantly adjusting and you're wasting your time, and you could have been advancing the drawing more. And layout and paper space annotation will automatically or scale automatically, and the object is defined as annotated. So right here, like I said, the access to your model space, access to your paper space, your border of your paper, the border of the printable area, and the title block of the paper area. And then the view of the orthographic projection in model space and the viewport. Center lines can be modified using the grid boxes and can be modified using the property window. And that's it for chapter in orthographics.